What happens when you give indie artists the same tools that major labels have? $1 billion.
Now, this video is sponsored by Ditto Music, your one-stop shop for all things distribution, and that includes getting your music videos on Vivo. Release unlimited music for only $19 a year and keep 100% of your royalties. Who else gives you a record label in a box? Ditto Music. Find the link in the description below.
Indie artists, aka DIY artists, will earn more than $1 billion this year in 2019. Yes, I said billion with a B. And we're going to talk about why indie artists have exploded thanks to streaming, and why labels like Universal Music Group, Sony Music, and Warner Music are starting to focus more on indie artists. And I'm going to tell you one of the secret tools indies are using to get a piece of that billion-dollar pie.
Slowly but surely, independent artists are devouring the record music industry. This is at least the views from the major labels, who've been paying attention to self-releasing, or as they like to call us, DIY acts, which are gobbling up increasing percentages of the global market share.
Now, if self-releasing artists with publishing factored in saw another 35% rise in global revenues in 2019, their collective annual income would hit somewhere around the $1 billion mark. And it looks certain that self-releasing music will easily generate a whopping 10 figures in 2019, a number that is only going to increase in the years coming, which is why major labels are trying to get a piece of that money you guys are making by creating platforms under different names to grab your attention and sway you over so they can get a piece of the indie pie. However, for those of you who want to stay indie or just want to stay in control, let me say the obvious, because I know what your next question should be, which is, how are indie artists getting a share of that $1 billion? And the answer is with the rise of direct artist service companies and a whole host of other commercial models, which means unsigned artists have more choices and flexibility than ever before. And these artists can now create their own virtual record label or record company out of the box.
Now here's the good part. Because that number was up 35% from previous years and claimed 3.4% of the records industry total global revenues, which equates to $643 million, it doesn't really tell the complete full story. For one thing, there's so much more to consider, like publishing and sync. And for each indie artist who writes their own music, they will also get publishing royalties from any track that they distribute via companies like Ditto. So long as this cash is properly registered and collected worldwide, which is what companies like mine do, they'll get a larger portion of the money. Now you may be asking, what does that mean for you? That means more money that you can be getting for your family. Money that you can be using to pay your bills, money that you can be using to do pretty much anything that you want, money that could actually help you out. And it's not hard to get. You just have to align yourself up with the proper tools. And I'm gonna talk about one of those things now.
Now, the answer to which company is helping you, indie artists, do that the most? Ditto. See, Ditto is an obvious choice for artists who don't want their music monopolized by major labels. They are a useful tool, and you guys need tools. It's one thing to have music distribution, but if a company's not giving you more than music distribution, they're not setting you up to win or succeed, then they're useless. And one of the things that Ditto does is they allow you or give you the opportunity to create a record label out of the box, along with distribute your music. See, Ditto is the obvious choice for artists who don't want their music monopolized by major labels. And the reason why is because they empower you, like myself, to create your own label while distributing your music. Not only are they offering you distribution, they provide you access to release your music videos under one of the most powerful online video outlets, Vivo, empowering you to create a label, distribute, and release your music video. See guys, the key always is to have the tools that will put you in the necessary position that you need in order to capitalize off of this $1 billion that's going to come about. Now, I can add so many different things. I could talk about you marketing and all these other things, but you need to have that, of course, in place. But you also need to be affiliated with a company that's going to distribute your music the right way. Utilizing distribution companies and anyone that says keep your royalties, that's fine. 100% keep your royalties. You want to factor in several different things. How much it's going to cost you, and what other tools do they have available. Now, before leaving a comment, make sure you go and subscribe. It takes less time than actually commenting on this video. Also, if you're interested in music streaming rates, click right here. Or if you want to see which one of my videos YouTube think you should watch, click right here.